Hi, it's Miss Todd again. I'm here to teach you or remind you how to multiply and divide integers. We're going to go straight into the steps. All right, what I usually do first is step one, I perform the operation. Some kids like to do that second. It's okay if you switch these steps. And then step two, then I determine what sign to give my answer. So let's do a chart again. It's again based on do they have same signs or different signs? When things have this same sign, they end up with a positive answer. And when things have a different sign, they end up with a negative answer. And this applies to both multiplying and dividing. So let's look at some, oh, I almost forgot. Sometimes you end up having to multiply a string together, multiple integers. Something like -10 times 2 times -1 times 3. Okay, well, you could apply what we just talked about. You could do this one first and think 10 times 2 is 20 and different signs, so -20. Then go to the next one. But there's actually a faster way. You can count negatives that are in the problem. And after counting, if you realize you have an odd amount of negatives, like 1 negative, 3 negatives, 5, etc., then you can always count on the fact that the answer will be negative. And it's due to the fact that same signs, so when those are the same and multiply together, that turns out positive, but in a negative amount, you always have one left over that doesn't have another negative to cancel it out to be a positive. So it'll always end up negative. And then on the same note, since every pair will come together to be a positive, when there's an even amount of negatives, then all of them are paired up. There's no leftover. So an even amount of negatives would turn out to be a positive number. Now let's look at some examples. So the top two are multiplication. The first one, I am multiplying two numbers together that are same sign. But let's first do the operation. 5 times 4 is 20. Now same sign, I leave it positive. On the second example, we have 7 times 3. So that's same sign. So perform the operation, 21, and leave it positive because of the same signs. Our two division problems, let's first note that in 8th grade, we really start transforming you, moving into, you're going to see division shown as a fraction. So when you see a fraction, always remember division, division, division. So I see -16 divided by 2. So 16 divided by 2, perform the operation, is 8. Now those are different signs, so it's -8. And then my last problem, I see -42 divided by -6. Perform the operation, 42 divided by 6 is 7. Now think, oh, same signs, leave them positive. And then now let's look at the rules for multiplying a string together. So if I were going to do this, I would think, just let's do our operation. 13 times 3 is 39. And 39 times that 1 is still 39. Now let's figure out what sign it's going to be. We count negatives. I see 1, 2 negatives. So 2 is an even number, so therefore I leave it positive. Now let's look at the second example. Let's perform the operation. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. And now let's count negatives. I see 1, 2, 3. 3 is an odd number of negatives, so therefore I know there will always be that one left over, causing the answer to be negative. All right, once you have finished your try these problems, it'll be time to work on your practice problems for today. Good luck.